Hello everyone, I hope everybody's having a good day. This is Brian. I recently uploaded the Color Switch Clone game template on the Unity Asset Store by Half Burnt Biscuits. The reason I am making this video is because a few people have emailed me with a couple of issues, and I wanted to go ahead and go over a few things. The changes that you're going to see being made in this video are going to be in the next update for the asset. But I figured for some of the people that are having issues now, or for some questions that might come up in the future, until I get the fact page open, that we would just kind of go ahead and try to cram this into a little 10-minute video, and I can direct people to it for now. So I am recording this live, the audio and the video, so I will try to keep dead air to a minimum, and I will try not to ramble on incoherently, that way you guys don't have to suffer through that. So, the recent issues and emails that I've gotten, a few people have said when they've built this to Android that the play button doesn't work, the screen doesn't detect any touches. The other issues are people saying, like, oh, when I'm in the editor, or when I'm in, the how do I want to say it? I guess like free aspect ratio or some other resolution, that the UI looks all funky and everything. When I'm in a production cycle, I usually don't worry about device independence or multiple resolution or device support until the very end of production. And then I kind of fine-tune, the UI sizes and use different canvas scalers and everything like that. Because I wasn't actually publishing this as a full finished product to a marketplace, and I was just kind of doing it as a, not necessarily ready for release, but at the very least, a complete vertical slice of the game. I didn't get to that. I didn't, I kind of forgot, and but I guess initially I didn't plan to get quite there because I thought everybody would kind of, change it or tweak it to their liking if they were going to do anything more than just use it as a, as a resource, for a way that a game like this could be made. So, my apologies for that. We're going to change a couple things on this that clean everything up. So, first things first, into the player settings. I had accidentally left my key data, at least the username, obviously not the password. The key file is not included, but this is in here. So in the future, create new key store unsigned. I don't know if that one pops up for you, but I know the first time I clicked build, it whined about the key store, the alias not having a password and everything, and I think it's just leftover data from when I uploaded it. So this needs to basically be zeroed out and set back to default. All of the resolutions for WebGL and some of the other ones are fine, except for, you know what, that one's not fine, but I think it changes with the standalone. So the reference resolution for this is 480 by 800. That's what it was designed around. That's that's the resolution my Android device runs at. I have an old small Android device for a few reasons. One, I'm super cheap and don't like spending money on new stuff. And two, it's almost sub S3 performance wise. So I know for a fact that if I can run the game, that anybody surfing a marketplace for a game or a multimedia app or a visual novel, they should be able to run it no problem if my phone can. So it's my own personal lowest common denominator. Okay, so the first thing we're going to change, this should have been 480 by 800, just for continuity's sake, and to say, yes, that is the reference resolution, at least for me on my device and my computer. So that was wrong. In the web player, it was correct. I know WebGL was right. Yep. And the standalone also changed the Samsung TV size, so that's what we were just seeing a minute ago. So that is the extent of the changes that I will make. I will probably just throw default companies back up here and leave the icons so that, pardon me, so that you can do what you want with it. But we'll go ahead and save the project, and then now we'll jump into the first scene. So, when I was running 5.3.3, since that's where I designed this, everything obviously worked fine when I was done. I wanted to upload it in at least 5.0.1 so that version and above, everybody could grab it. The moment I brought it into 5.0.1 and started testing it, I couldn't click the play buttons or the menu buttons. In my case, it was because I needed to do some more explicit um, designation of canvas layering. I had to add a canvas group controller to the fader and uncheck block raycasts. I had to make sure that the touches and the raycast and everything were getting through to their components, and that everything was in the right layer. Because the screen fader is the closest thing to the camera, so even when it's completely transparent, it could technically block something. So I had a bit of an issue, and after I got that fixed, I had to change a couple little things. It took like 10 minutes. Everything was fine, and it was also backwards compatible and worked fine in 5.33 and 5.31. So because I don't install as often as Unity updates, their software, especially with this 5.0 release, they've been really on top of it. If I had every version after 5.0, I'm pretty sure that amounts to like 19 versions right now. So I'm obviously not going to do that. I did, however, install 5.2.0 F3 today for a specific user um, because I figured, we can tackle the problem. So, scene one. Um, as we all know, with the new Unity UI system, we're required to have an event system in the scene as well. If you look at the event system in scene 0, you'll notice that it is actually missing the input touch module. Now, given how I did, like basically it's mouse emulation that the touch is using, I don't see why, I don't know enough about it to know that that's required. I know that it was on initially, but I know that it's not on there on import in 533 or 501, but that it still works. So there's obviously the input module is obviously doing the emulation fine. I don't know if there's something different or they made some significant changes or restructuring that made this required in 5.2, but nevertheless this does solve the problem. An individual by the name of Tan actually emailed me this morning regarding this, and so this message is for Tan specifically. Doing this right here should definitely solve your problem. If we delete the input or the event system that's in there and just add another one, you'll see that the touch module is there, and you just save the scene, you should be good to go. Now you need to do that in all scenes because you can see that the touch module is missing in all of them. So we will add and we will save, and then we will go into the actual game scene, delete the event system. For some reason this was prefabbed. I rarely prefab the event system, but I think I just got on a roll here with all this stuff. But you can see it too is missing it. So just go ahead and add a fresh one and do file and save. So if you built this to Android right now, that should solve the touch issue. Now the other issue is that people, and I spoke about it earlier, was the play button and some of the UI being all out of whack. If you go over here to the fader canvas to start with, and you go to scale with screen size, let's go ahead and enter, at least for me, my default reference resolution. And we're just going to drag this all the way to 1 to scale with height. We're going to apply the change to the prefab because going forward, we want it this way. So let's move on to the menu scene, which is scene 1. Now if we look at the main menu canvas, you can see right here in the game scene that this is all jacked up. This button's right here. You can't see any of this stuff. It's ridiculous. Again, I was running it as you see right here, which was like full res, and you can see right here it says Android tall. If I put this in free aspect, we have full use of the screen space in this window, and it's just all messed up. So if you add a canvas scaler to all of these, or not add, I guess it has one, you just need to set it to scale with screen size. And we put in the reference resolution. This may be a little different on some of your guys' devices, but the truth of the matter is, and you're going to see here in the free aspect mode, that either way, if we adjust it to set with the height, since we're running this portrait only, no matter what the screen size, it's gonna move with it. So I didn't do that. I forgot. I wasn't getting that far with it really, but in hindsight, I really wish I would have done it. So that way, when you guys pulled in the project, it looked proper. So So that takes care of that. We'll go ahead and apply that change to the prefab. I'm going to reactivate this menu canvas here because I can't really say a menu canvas. One option is not much of a menu, but this pause and toggle music canvas, we can do the same exact thing. Oops, man, my keyboard's being weird today. All right, change it to scale with screen. Alrighty. So again, matches everything else. We can apply these changes to the prefab. We should be good to go with scene 1. That's still good to go. So let's move on. The in-game canvas needs to be scaled as well. 40800. And again, you guys go ahead and put in your default device resolution. That way you can ensure that it scales, and then you can see here though that it will scale for pretty much any portrait device. Game canvas, we will take care of that. Now this won't always be the case. You're not always just going to, crank that up to 1, but when you have games that are both in landscape and portraits, that's when tweaking this and tweaking it even on a canvas basis is really important, because a game that looks good in landscape turned to portrait, when it shrinks and gets smaller, you could be left with buttons that are well, it's kind of exaggeration, like 8 pixels by 8 pixels. They're way too small to actually be a reasonable tapping surface. So, all right, so just to double check, those are there, saved and updated. All righty. This has the new event system that is proper. So we'll save scene. I'll just save project again just to be safe. We're going to go ahead and put this back in my Android tall mode. You can see that all that goes with it. And we're going to load to scene 1. And right now it's a 248 by 413. So let's say you had a really, really ancient smartphone. I don't even think they have them that low res. But, well, you know what? First little issue there, you can actually see, if we deactivate the canvas, that that's a little too big for that one. I'm going to say that probably 0.9 or 0.62. Well, we have to activate it to make changes, so. Oh, you know what? The logo has a canvas as well, my friends. I forgot about that. 480 by 800. Let's take a look at this. Let's just deactivate the screen fader for a moment. Look at the logo canvas. Okay. Let's leave this and monitor this for a moment, see what a couple resolutions look like. Let's check the tall. Yeah, okay. I'm happy enough with that. We're just going to say 0.6. It's not visibly changing it right now, but, at least if you have it in the middle, you're closer to getting to a resolution that would work okay. All right, so final save here on the scene, and we're going to take this back to a small res. We're going to hit play. Just bear with me here, guys. We'll be getting this video stopped in just a shake. All right, so fader covers the screen. Menu works. Let it play. Everything else is at proportion, even in standalone in the editor. And the in-game canvas looks fine as well. We'll go ahead and take this to free aspect. We'll replay. Alrighty. Looks good to me. Got this here. The only thing we will see is that obviously the pause just covers this area, but that's because of the, like I said, the intended or the design resolution. So, all right, guys, that should take care of you. If you were to build this out to pretty much any device, or if you're having an issue actually hitting the play button, I did test this. This simple change with the event system does take care of it. So Guys, I apologize for the length of the video and the rambly nature, but that at least covers those issues. And I hope everybody has a fantastic day. If you wouldn't mind rating or commenting on the package, I would really appreciate it. I have 2 or 3 other fairly completed game templates. They're all kind of remakes of existing popular games, just because I tend to use them as practice, to make sure I can think through how everything was done, and then recreate it. So, but I will be uploading those for free as well. So just keep an eye out for those, and I'll get this update submitted for this color switch game template here within the next couple days. So everybody have a good day. Later.